Hi, I'm Countess Luann, and I'll be playing You Decide with MTV UK.
British men, Jovani or No-vani?
Giovanni. British guys have that accent that is undeniably British. And I love that. I like men in general, but British men have that kind of special, I don't know, savoir-faire. I love their accents and their jawlines. It's all about the jawline.
And now astrology.
I'm going to see an astrologer today. Actually, it's so funny you should ask, because I love astrology. I'm actually a Taurus, and my rising sign is Cancer. So I'm into it, and I believe it. You know, I had an astrologer say to me, your father's on stage with you when I perform Cabaret, and I know that. I can feel his force and his energy, and I had an astrologer say to me, your father is with you on stage. I was like, I know, and it's magical. I work in 7-year cycles, so I got divorced from the Count in 2009. I got remarried in 2016, 7 years. Divorced Tom in 2017, and guess what? 2024 was my year to find love again, and I did. You know, I love astrology, but I don't pick people by their birth sign. I just pick people from their face, right? So for me, it's a skin thing, it's eyes, good shoes, it says a lot.
Do you identify with being a Taurus quite strongly?
You know, I really identify with being a Taurus because, you know, I'm a strong person and I'm sensitive. Most people don't know that about me, that, you know, I put on Viva la Diva all day long, but, you know, I'm very sensitive. I love people. I'm a nurse. A lot of people don't know that about me. And so I'm very caring, warm, and that's what gets missed when you say the Countess, right? The Countess is not a warm human, right? But I actually am. Sonia Morgan, Jovani, Luann and Sonia. It's like Laverne and Shirley, right? We're like the odd couple, and it just works perfectly. So we're talking about another season of Crappy Lake, and I'm excited to go anywhere with Sonia because she's such a ride. Sonia going commando and flashing her pretty kitty is everything. What is the next stop? I mean, international for sure. Because, you know, listen, Sonia, she had a yacht. She had the husband, Mr. Morgan, passed away, unfortunately. He was like 99. Rest in peace. Sonia and I should go around the world. Yes. Being called a diva. Wow, being called a diva. Giovanni.
What is a diva to you?
A diva to me is somebody who has power. A diva is somebody who is in the driver's seat, who knows what they like and knows what they don't like, and is opinionated. That's a diva.
And who's your favorite diva?
Miley Cyrus is my favorite diva. She's a bad bitch. I like bad bitches.
Jovani or No-vani, Louis Vuitton shoes?
Louis Vuitton? Well, we all know that Louis Vuitton can make mistakes, like every designer can. But I do love Louis Vuitton, so it's Jovani.
Is there any quote from RHONY that people quote to you that makes you laugh?
Keep on serving. Well, how that came along, which is, it went viral. Like, so I did a cameo where you give messages to your fans, and somebody asked me to say, keep on serving. And I was like, I didn't really want to say it, but he did it, and I giggled like a school child would. And it went viral. Madonna did it. Crazy. It's crazy.
Blind dates. How do you feel about blind dates?
Blind dating on TV, that's a whole nother story. That's the whole basis of the Love Hotel. Guys who blindly come on a TV show when they don't know who they're going to date, I think takes balls. And we don't know who's coming at us. Now, we're being set up though. It's being very carefully vetted, the Love Hotel. So it's not the same thing as a blind date, which, you know, you don't know. Love Hotel, they know who they're bringing to the table. Blind dating, I think, is a No-vani moment for me.
Jovani or No-vani, having your life filmed on TV?
Well, having my life filmed on TV has worked out for me, so I'm gonna say Jovani.
Would you ever do another full New York style show where it's 24/7, all aspects of life?
No. No-vani. Filmed 24/7 again? No. I love Crappy Lake, I love the Love Hotel. You know, I've paid my dues. I've been 15 years on the Housewives of New York, and I feel like the drama is for me in Cabaret now.
Jovani or No-vani, Tilda Swinton.
Tilda Swinton, Giovanni. So Tilda came to my show at the Cocoa Club last year, and I met her for the first time. And she's just so lovely. I always say about her, she's eccentric, like the day is long. I know a lot of eccentric people, but Tilda is by far the most eccentric person I know. And I love that about her because I love people for who they really are in terms of, you know, there's posers, people who try to be, etc. Tilda is so polar opposite, you know, she's a true aristocrat. Tilda Swinton's family dates back to 800, not 1800, but 800. She's a true aristocrat, and I love that about her because she's authentic. I like people who are authentic. It's the real deal, and you know, take it or leave it, and I love that. That's why, you know, I fell in love with Jill Zarin when I met her. That's why I started the Housewives. I met Jill Zarin at a party. She goes, "Oh, I'm doing a TV show. I think you'd be great for that." And it was the Real Housewives. So Jill's from Long Island. "Hi, I'm Jill Zarin with red hair." I was like, who is this girl? Who is that girl? I mean, I fell in love with her. Like I fell in love with Tilda, you know, just people are special.
The Traitors is also filmed up in Scotland. I know a lot of housewives have been doing it. So Jovani or No-vani, The Traitors.
So I did The Masked Singer. Competition shows are tricky. Dorinda did Traitors. In fact, Tilda asked me about Dorinda. She goes, "How's Dorinda doing?" And I said, I couldn't reach her because for 4 weeks your phone gets taken away, which is not a bad thing. I kind of like Traitors just to have my phone taken away for a month. Giovanni.
Scrambled eggs, Jovani or No-vani?
Eggs a la Française, Giovanni. Scrambled eggs a la Française is very famous in Europe, right? So you do not heat them in a frying pan, you put them in a saucepan. So very low heat, lots of butter, and you whip up your eggs like you would scrambled eggs, right? Splash of water, not milk, because it separates out and makes it watery. Splash of water, splash, you open the sink, that's it. And then you whip them. You whip the eggs and you put them on low heat with butter in a saucepan, and you stir constantly to the consistency that you like. Now, Emma Roberts did it, and I love Emma Roberts, but she cooked them too much.
This Christmas morning, we are making Luann's eggs a la Française. Here we go, cracking the eggs for the famous Real Housewives, eggs a la Française. We're trying to share a kitchen with our mother, which, Merry Christmas to us, right?
I'm getting hungry. Oh, do we have lunch here? I just got hungry. Talking about eggs. I've got a great story for Emma Roberts. Let's see. So, I go to a party in the Hamptons, which an agent was having, who represents, oh my God, John Hamm, Leif Schreiber. They're walking in, and I walk in, and who I see first? Bethenny. I haven't seen her in ages, right? And her daughter, she says, is a fan of mine. And Bethenny finally concedes to me that life is a cabaret, isn't it? And then it gets better. So Emma Roberts comes over to Bethenny and myself, and I know Emma Roberts is a fan of mine because she makes eggs a la Française.
Like, did you ever get in touch with Julia Roberts, or do you know if Julia Roberts is aware of it? Because obviously she was in the house at the same time.
I don't know. You know, I think, so Emma Roberts is making eggs a la Française, and her girlfriend's like poking around a crispy piece of bacon, which is hysterical. And I think Julia Roberts is behind her. But I can't see it's her, but she's with her family for the holidays, so I know Julia Roberts is there. Cabaret. Life is a cabaret, my friends. I'm feeling Giovanni. Look at this jacket. My cabaret dream has totally come true. Look at me, I'm here in London and the sun is shining and I feel very blessed. I was in Glasgow. My next trip is Australia. I'm gunning for Australia.
Down under. That would be
Down under. I'm gonna see Alex and Simon. And I'll bring the diamonds. Chic, c'est la vie. C'est bon, c'est bon. I'll never forget, I went to the desert of Oman with the Sultan of Oman, and Kylie Minogue's song just came out. What was it? I just can't get you out of my head. So, yeah, I discovered Kylie Minogue when she first came out with I just can't get you out of my head. And I was in the desert of Oman. It was epic. I'm Countess Luann, and you can watch me on Hayu.